I'm Jolie Morris and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be a 15-minute morning Pilates session that you can do when you just wake up to help activate into your muscles. So, standing up at the back of your mat with your feet hip width apart, knees nice and soft, arms down by your sides, and you're just gazing out at the eye line. As you exhale, start to drop your chin to your chest, start to peel down through your spine segmentally, vertebra by vertebra. So we want to come all the way down, let the arms and head go heavy, let the knees go soft. Give me a nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale as we start to restack through the spine, segmentally restacking each vertebra, one on top of the other as we come up, all the way to the top. Give me a nice big inhale back through the nose, expand into the lungs. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest. So starting to imagine here that like you're a piece of wallpaper peeling off of the walls. We want to come all the way down, keep the knees soft, arms and head heavy. Nice big inhale through the nose at the bottom. Exhale as we start to restack up. So we want the head to be the last thing to come up. This is going to be your last one. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest, start to peel down through your spine, making sure those knees stay over your toes, soft bend in the knees. We're going to come all the way down so we're hanging over our legs. Just taking hold of your opposite elbows, we're just going to have a few little gentle rocks, side to side, keeping the knees nice and soft. For 4, 3, 2, last one, we're going to bring it back to the center. Carefully lower down your hands. Start to walk out now onto your hands. We're going to come all the way out to our high plank position. So we want those wrists directly underneath our shoulders. So thinking of your shoulder blades slightly pulling away from each other, squeezing into your core, squeezing into your glutes. We're going to hold here for 5. Let's fire up into that core for 4, 3, 2, and last one, we're going to push all the way up onto your heels. Take your tailbone high, come up to your downward facing dog. So pushing into the palms of your hands, pushing into your heels, and then just gently paddling through the feet. Doing whatever you need to do, whatever feels good, pushing into the heels. For 4, 3, 2, last one, pushing back onto your heels, bringing the weight forward onto your hands, coming high on your toes and carefully lowering down your knees. We're going to come into our box position. So core should be a little bit fired up now. So we're going to come into your box, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You're just going to give me a few cat-cow. So really nice to release the spine. So inhale, pull down the shoulder blades, lift the chest. We're going to look all the way up. As we exhale, draw the belly button to the back of your spine, slightly tuck under your pelvis, and you want to make a nice C curl with the upper spine. Inhale as we release. Lift the chest, look up. Exhale as we draw in. Scoop through the abdominals, push into your hands, pull your shoulders away from your ears. Let's go for one more. Inhale as we release. Exhale, draw in. And then just bringing your spine back to neutral. Just bring your left hand to the center of your mat. We're going to go for some nice pec openers. So reaching your right arm all the way up. We're going to look up to that right arm so we also get a nice twist in the thoracic spine. And then with that right arm, start to thread it in between your left hand and your left knee. And you want to try to lengthen out the arm along the floor. And then we're going to reach, look all the way back up to that right arm. Right arm threads through. So we get some nice rotation in the spine. We start to stretch into the shoulder. And then we start to stretch into the pec, looking up to that top arm. Really nice. Squeeze in. And last one. Carefully bringing it up, bringing your right hand now to the center of your mat. We're going to go straight into that second side. So this time, left arm's going to reach all the way up. Look up towards your left fingertips and then gently threading through your left hand. Lengthen it along the mat. Getting a nice stretch into that left shoulder. Reach the left arm all the way up. We thread through. Last two. And making this your last one, looking up towards that top arm. Carefully drive the arm through, nice stretch into the shoulder, and carefully coming back. Lovely, guys, we should be feeling a little bit more mobile, a little bit warmer. So carefully, coming all the way down onto your back. You want to come all the way into your supine position. So your knees are bent, your feet are hip width apart, and your arms are down by your sides. We're going to start to activate now into that core. So as we exhale, we just want to draw that right leg up to a tabletop position. So you want your right knee directly over your hip. Lower it down. Draw up your left leg. Use the exhale. Inhale as it lowers. So just start to alternate through the legs. Now I'm going to speak a little bit about your imprint. So as the leg draws up, you want to think, lift your lower abdominals, lift your pelvic floor, and then get your ribs down to touch your hips. So we take this into the core and not into the hip flexors. We want those nice and relaxed. So just really switching on mind to core. Using that core to draw up your leg, hip flexor relaxed, knee over the hip. Now with your fingers, you should be able to get them underneath your back. So even when we have that imprint, you can still slide your fingers underneath your back. So we don't want to completely push the lower spine. Let's go for 3 more. 2. Last one, you're going to hold it up. Now this is when this imprint becomes really important. So as you exhale, we're going to bring that left leg up to joins. Now both legs are in your tabletop, knees over your hips. Slide your ribs to your hips, fingers underneath your back. So even this is some work into the core. Holding here, letting the shoulders relax. We're just going to go for some single marches. So start to tap down your right toe, lift it up. So your legs stay at that 90-degree angle. As you tap it down, squeeze it up. So a little bit of an easier option is to tap the toe straight down, but try to keep it at that 90-degree angle, keeping that light imprint of your lower spine, so making sure we don't arch into the lower back. A little bit of a harder option this morning is to flex the leg out, draw it in. Flex out and in. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, keep that imprint for 2. And last one, gently draw your knees all the way into your chest, hold onto your shins and just have a little gentle rock side to side, release that lumbar spine. So feet go back onto the floor into your supine position. We're going to find our imprint again, so exhale, draw your right leg up to your tabletop. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, bring your left leg up so both legs are resting on your table. We're going to bring your hands behind your head, so supporting the weight of your head in your hands. Exhale, peel the head, the shoulders up, draw the navel in so we come up into our abdominal crunch. Now holding here, we're going to go into crisscross, so we start to activate into those obliques. So left elbow is going to come across, right knee is going to come in as the left leg extends out, and then we're going to change over to the other side, right elbow to the left knee. We change and change, so keeping the elbows nice and wide, keeping the chest lifted, trying not to pull on the back of the neck, reaching across. 8 more, don't let it compensate into that lower back, keeping that imprint for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, squeeze your knees into your chest. Just carefully bring your feet back down into your supine position, arms down by your side. We're going to go straight into shoulder bridge. So as you exhale, pull your belly button in, lift your lower abdominals, start to scoop all the way out. You want to squeeze into the glutes so you come up into a ski slope position. As you inhale, start to soften through the chest bones, start to roll down through your spine segmentally. Let the spine come back to neutral at the bottom, and then exhale, draw in the belly button, lift the lower abdominals, lift the pelvic floor, squeeze the glutes as we come all the way up into our shoulder bridge. Inhale, we soften down, trying to get each vertebra down into the mat. Exhale as we scoop up. So just checking with your feet that the weight is even on your 10 toes, the heels, the balls of your feet, and that the knees are going directly over your toes. Making sure that we don't flare into the ribs. So we want to knit those ribs together so we make that nice diagonal line. Inhale as we go down. Last one, team. Exhale, we're going to come all the way up. Squeeze your glutes, come up into your tabletop position. As you inhale, you're going to reach the arms all the way up over your head. Leave the arms there. Exhale, start to roll down through your spine segmentally, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale as you lower down your arms. So exhale, belly button in, scoop through the abdominals, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, reach your arms back and over. Leave your arms there. Exhale as you roll down through your spine. Inhale, lower your arms. We've got 4 more like that. Exhale as we come up. Inhale, reach the arms back. Leave your arms there. Exhale, roll down. So it's a little bit harder now to roll down and get each vertebra into the mat. But that just means it's giving a bigger stretch onto your back. Making sure the ribs don't flare as we take the arms back. And making this your last one. Exhale as we come up. Inhale as you reach the arms back. Leaving your arms there. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lower your arms. Lovely. So just draw your knees into your chest. Hold on to the back of your hamstrings. And you're just going to give me a little gentle rock all the way up. Lovely, guys, you're doing amazing. We're going to go for a little bit of back extension now. So we're just going to kick in that upper back. So I want you to come all the way down, nice and careful, onto your front. So we're laying down. We've got our arms into 2 90-degree angles next to us. So forehead down onto your mat. So our arms are at 2 90-degree angles. Your elbows are in line with your shoulders. Trying to relax your legs as much as possible as this is an upper back exercise. So as you inhale, slide down your shoulder blades. They slide down into those back pockets. You then start to lift your head up. Exhale as we come down. Inhale, slide down those shoulder blades. Lift up with the head. Exhale as we lower. Now I want you to imagine that I have put an ice cube underneath your belly button. So you're trying to lift that belly button up. So that's going to really protect your lower spine. So what we want to avoid is going into that lower back. This is an upper back exercise. So those shoulder blades slide down. So we inhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back, lift the head up. So if you look, my head still is looking at the mat. So we don't want to come here. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Exhale as we go down. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, inhale, slide down your shoulder blades. We're going to lift the head up. As you exhale, bring the arms off of the floor. Keep them at those 2 90-degree angles. Inhale to hold. Exhale to lower. So inhale, shoulder blades down. Lift the head. Lift the belly button. Exhale, bring the arms either side of you. Inhale as we hold. Exhale as we lower. Inhale. Shoulder blades down, keeping the belly button lifted. And you're slightly pushing your pubic bone into the mat. Trying to keep those legs as relaxed as possible. We lower as one. Last one, shoulder blades slide down. Lift the arms. And carefully lower down. Just bringing your hands into your shoulders, carefully pushing all the way back. We're going to come into our child's pose. So your knees are wide, your feet are together, and you're just reaching through your fingertips, sitting back onto your heels. So you want to get a nice stretch into the back. And then carefully rolling all the way up. You're just going to come onto your sit bones. Bring your feet together, so the soles of your feet go together, your knees go wide. We're going to come into a butterfly stretch. So just holding onto your ankles, pull down your shoulder blades and lift your chest. So we're lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the crown of the head. We're just going to twist the head over, look over your right shoulder, draw it back to center, over to the left, pull center. Now with your knees, try to squeeze your knees down to the floor. Feel a nice little stretch into those hip flexors, shoulders down, chest lifted. And carefully relax. Just bring your legs into a comfortable cross-legged position. Bring your left hand all the way up and over. We're gonna go for a nice little gentle side bend. So we're reaching those left fingertips over to the diagonal side of the room. And bring it all the way back in. Second side, right arm goes up and over. And bring it all the way in, bring your shoulders up to your ears and carefully release down. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your 15-minute morning Pilates. Check out my YouTube channel for some more workouts.